In 1985, Ingrid Monroe visited Kenya for the very first time.
Jamiibora is built on a very long love story. I got to know the poorest of the poor, among other places in Kenya, living in the worst kind of slums and the worst kind of poverty. I met a small street kid called Waithaka. He came to the Ndugu home, but ran away from there all the time. And nobody listened to him, where he said, I have a little brother called Kadidi, and I can't leave him in the streets, and I'm here. Kadidi was only 4 years old at that time, and Waithaka was 6.5. He came to stay with us on the 1st of October, 1988, and he has never left us since. And 3 years later, we managed to find Kadidi, and then we found their little half-brother called Maina. So Waithaka, Kadidi, and Maina are the real founders of Jamiibora. So I promised to start a small something which I thought would be my retirement hobby. I will start a little club with the mothers of Waithaka's friends. And we started that in the middle of 99, and it grew like a bushfire.
This early initiative was successful in banking the unbanked. Jamiibora Trust was able to lend small amounts of money that went a long way in helping the poor. The trust reached out to many with outlets that were closer to the people.
I ended up in the streets of Nairobi in 1987 after I lost my job as a teacher, and also when my marriage broke up. And trying to pursue my teaching profession, I didn't have papers. I ended up as an institute in Nairobi, and I've happened to benefit from the product Jamiibora have been giving, like saving and being able to get loans. I've managed to come out the ladder of poverty slowly. I've been in Jamiibora for the last 11 years since inception.
I'm a product of Jamiibora. From the small loans, from the educational loans, it's made me go to one of the best schools, doing all my studies in journalism and getting all what that I needed in terms of education. Right now, coming out of poverty and coming out from the slum, Jamiibora have shown me I can be an example to many who don't believe that they can come up from somewhere.
Now we became one of the really big and prestigious and well-respected microfinance organization, also having a housing program, admired around the world. And then when the central bank was introducing new rules for microfinance institutions, we started saying, now, what is required for a regulated microfinance institution is not very different from being a bank. So why don't we become a bank for the poor? And that's how our dream of starting the bank for the poor in Kenya started growing in us.
Jamiibora Bank came to be in year 2010 when Jamiibora Kenya Limited, the microfinance company, and City Finance Bank merged.
The merger was born out of necessity, and there was also great benefits for both institutions.
Then the name was changed. The name of the bank was changed from City Finance Bank to Jamiibora Bank Limited. We are primarily a microfinance bank because a lot of the business which we do came from the Jamiibora Kenya Limited, which was a large microfinance in the country. We have about 350,000 customers, microfinance customers, with 41 sales centers. One of the things we are now trying to do, because we are now a full-fledged commercial bank, is to convert the microfinance branches into fully fledged Central Bank of Kenya approved branches. We are probably the only bank which is really committed and whose core business is to serve the microfinance customers.
We are serious about helping people to succeed.
Kuna mama mmoja tulijuana naye wakati huo anaitwa Mama Kamau. Ndiye alinisaidia kunionyesha kufua nguo upande wa umoja. Na wakati huo nilikuwa nafua hivyo, ndio huyu the same mama ambaye tunakaa naye aliniambia kuna kikundi inaitwa Jamiibora. Ungetaka kuingia? Nikamwambia hebu nipeleke. Sababu mimi najua kidole moja hakiui chawa. Hakuna mtu aliumbwa aishi umaskini. Ni kujitahidi. Ni kujitahidi na kidogo 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 mpaka uonekane umeinuka. Hata ukiona hawa watu wametajirika nje, akikuambia story yake, utaona mwingine kama Karume, si alisema alianza na makaa. Unaona? Sasa nami nilianza na shilingi 50. Lakini naweza kusema Mungu ameendelea kunibariki. Hakuna watoto wananisumbua, kila mtoto amejisimamia. Niko na kazi zangu sasa ninafanya, na hii Jamii Bora kinipatia kitu kidogo, ninafanya kitu. Nimenunua hizo gari, kuna ingine hiyo imeenda Sudan. Niko na mashamba 4 nimenunua, ploti nimeko na 3, 4, 5 hivyo. Kwa nini nisiseme nimekuwa tajiri? Sababu ya Jamii Bora.
Nilipata usaidizi kutoka Jamii Bora, walinipa mkopo ya kwanza, nikafungua duka moja. Nikarudi hapo tena, nikaongezewa pesa, nikafungua ya pili. Sasa saa hizi ninafikiri niko mkopo kama ya 4. Sasa niko na pesa 6. Kwa hivyo bado biashara inapanuka.
We look back at our own story with a lot of nostalgia, considering where we've come from, and we would like to extend that same opportunity to a lot of Kenyans who have the same ambition of starting small and becoming something medium-sized, and then growing into a large company or institution.
We also are very, very conscious about our customers' needs in terms of products. So whereas traditionally banks have been coming up with products and they push the products to the customers, what we are doing ourselves is to go to the customers and ask them what kind of products they need.
We must continue to transform our products and services so that they are able to reach new market segments, and also they're able to cater to these same groups as they grow in affluence and their needs become more complicated.
I actually had heard about the Women Fund in different places, but the percentages were so high. I don't know, they were lending like just the way a normal bank would lend. So we never went for it. And just another friend of mine, a lady, is the one who told me about Jamii Bora around here. I didn't even know about it. Then when I heard it, I came. They told me more about it and I found it to be so good. They told me the percentage was so reasonable and good. 8% is affordable, comparing the banks are lending at 28%. Okay, so I found it to be such a thing. And immediately I joined, and in 2 days I had brought about 10 people.
And one of the things we want to do is to differentiate ourselves by offering excellent service to to those microfinance customers who often feel that they are not treasured, they are not appreciated by the big players.
We want to make those products and services accessible to clients all the time, anytime, anywhere, from whatever kind of device that they would like to do it, whether it's the mobile phone, whether it's the internet, the ATM, the branch, or a Jamii Bora agent.
The success of any venture is dependent upon the dedication and the passion of the people who work to realize and capitalize on the dream.
We are having to move very quickly to establish branches, and therefore we must grow our capacity to manage those branches as we build them. We have been hiring quite a number of people. Coming into 2012, we had about 150 staff. We are not laying off a single one of those staff, because these are the staff who have been running the microfinance business. And our assessment is that we have got very good staff. Of course, we need to bring more staff as we grow, people with banking experience, commercial banking experience, and people to look after the other lines of business we are getting into. That is a consumer business, and also the SME and the mortgage.
I'm the executive assistant to the chief commercial officer, and there are projects that I'm handling with him. And these mainly are the partnerships that we are doing with other companies. And for me to see these partnerships, I know at the end of it all, these partnerships will be value adds to our members. So our members will be part of what I am doing. These partnerships that we are forming will be value adds to to the membership we have here. What they'll be receiving will not only be standard banking experiences, but with an oomph to it.
The team is very dynamic and the roles are equally dynamic. I've been able to employ different angles of what my career has exposed me to. So you're not just tied to a particular role. You end up doing different things for your customers, and it makes you happy when you see them walk away satisfied.
Here we are building a bank, and one day, which is very, I believe will be very soon, this bank will be great. It already is great, but it will be much greater than it is right now. And being part of that transformation, and being able to say a few years down the line that I was part of that change, part of that bank that currently is as big as it is, I think for me will be self-actualization.
To our old staff who have been, running the microfinance business from, when it started in 1999. All I can say is that, we have to thank them, because they are the people who have taken us where we are.
The team that runs the branches of microfinance and runs the business of microfinance are the best microfinance bankers in Kenya. They understand it more than anybody else. All the other banks are new players here. The most experienced microfinance bankers live and work at Jamiibora.
I've grown to a rank of manager in one of the departments within Jamiibora companies, and that is Tumaini department that deals with the beggars. Our main work is to help those who feel they are destitute and they cannot be able to access to loans in Jamiibora.
They have done an excellent job. Bringing in 300,000 customers has not been easy. And what I'd just like to tell them is that there is a place for them in the bank. And there should be no fear at all in the bank about that we are converting from a microfinance company to a bank. Microfinance will remain our core business, and they are the people who understand that business the most. So, in fact, what will happen is it will become a learning process for both of us.
The new team coming on board will be able to infuse some new talents and new skills to this very qualified microfinance team, and they can see banking from a different perspective also. So we love that we have both the old and the new, and everybody is valuable in our team, and we need everybody in this bank because we cannot make it without our team.
Jamiibora, living the dream.
When I see back where we've started long time and the challenges we have faced and we have come through, I see Jamiibora going far, because we started as a trust charitable organization. We came to microfinance, now a bank. I don't see anything which can make us not be the biggest and the most favorable bank in Kenya.
What I can also add is that there is a very good brand. The customer really are comfortable with the Jamiibora, because majority of them have been with Jamiibora for quite some time. And so when they see their bank now growing, and their bank able to meet all their financial needs, I would say there is excitement all over. And I do not see what will stop us into moving into a real bank that is able to open branches all over the country and even beyond. And what I would say is that my dream is to one day see Jamiibora become a huge bank that will be a huge force in the country and outside.
Not even the sky is the limit. We can go anywhere. If we just make up our mind to do it, we can do it.
I think everybody has a dream, regardless of where you come from. And many people often just have that. They only have a dream and they never get a chance to live it. We want to encourage people to come to us, and together we can work towards actualizing those dreams so that they can actually live them.
This bank was started by 50 beggars. 50 beggars in 1999. Today it is a full-fledged commercial bank. And that's really living the dream. we believe that anybody can succeed. From wherever they come from, anybody can succeed, and all they need is to be given the opportunity and to be assisted. So we want to live the dream with our customers, and we have seen many of them who have come from microfinance to starting, growing, and now owning businesses.